All right, have and have not fans. Hope everybody's doing well. We are getting closer and closer, and by that I mean we're less than like 2 days away. I'm recording this at 9:45 a.m. on Monday, so I can't say 1 day away from the Haves and Have Not Season 8 premiere. And based on the trailer, Hanna's about to go batshit crazy on everyone. It doesn't look like she's taking anybody's crap. I mean, she's going to hit David upside the head with a blunt object. She's going to take a knife out on, or pull a knife out on Derek. And there's that one interesting scene where she's in bed and it looks like Jim's sitting beside her. And that begs the question, Jim better watch out because she might have a gun underneath those sheets. So before going further in the video, take a moment to like it by hitting the thumbs up button. Go ahead and hit subscribe, click that bell notification icon and select all. That way you keep informed and keep yourself updated whenever I post content to the channel. And finally, links to my social media are in the description below. Now, I've already done I recorded videos before this one about, Hanna and Derek and Hanna and David, and I kind of touched upon it. And we know that in one of the upcoming episodes, I think it's like episode 3, Hanna's fully embracing her role as the executor and the fact that there's going to be some hatred and stress that's going to come along with it. So I feel like at the core, the first domino that falls, or the setting off point of Hanna's new attitude and demeanor this season, is most likely going to be when she sits down with Don and John. And I think Marty's going to be there too. And she pretty much finds out that these sleazeballs are trying to get the better of her and take the power that Catherine gave her, because those two, they've only been like in one episode or two, I think. Basically, when they're introduced, we're like, who the hell are these guys? We spend 5 minutes at this restaurant and one of them's on the phone. Long story short, they want to move, or they have moved $5 million of Catherine's money in order to invest in their own business. And basically they'll put it back without anybody knowing. But now that, Catherine's in jail and, we'll be the ones to get the executor role, then they find out the maid has control, and then they want to try to usurp her of that power. However, they are unaware that Hanna has been doing some cram sessions with Al in order to learn the lingo of how to be executor. And now with the accountants, the question is, will they be shocked by Hanna, or do you think they will try to, obviously they're going to try to usurp the power, but they might not expect that Hanna knows as much as she does. But look, bless her heart, like I give props to Hanna for not only trying to learn, but getting the necessary help required, because I mean, it's not uncommon to see characters like this just try to do it all on their own, but she recognized she needs help. She called in somebody to assist her, and doing the best she could, she learned what she could in the time that she was allotted. Now, the question is, will it be enough to hold her own? Because maybe she'll be able to find things that Don and John try to hide from her. And I feel like at the core of it, they're going to be surprised that the little maid was able to call them out for trying to play her. That's what I think is going to happen, because realistically, I don't think there was enough time to figure it out. I remember I took an accounting class once, and I dropped out after 3 weeks in college. This was an online class. I'm like, I can't do this, because my mom was like, take a class like this to learn about taxes and all. I'm like, no, I'm glad, because I learned how to do taxes myself, but I still probably will get somebody to help me this upcoming year. I don't know yet. Like, there's still a lot of like tax breaks and all, but to learn about. But with Hanna, it's like you can only learn so much in so few hours. So I mean, I feel like unless Don and John are just disgustingly cocky and make their intentions well known, then I don't think Hanna will be able to outsmart them. But if they do, then she will. And I feel like learning that, okay, if Catherine has this many sleazeballs under her, under her umbrella of connections, like this person does, the gardening, this person's the pool boy, this person does the accounting, this person does this person does that. If I can't even trust these accountants, then there's probably nobody I can trust. Hence why we're going to see her lashing out against anyone who approaches her or talks to her the wrong way. Now, I don't know if we're going to get many or any interactions between Benny and Candace and Hanna, because those two have been kicked out. But I don't think they're going to give up the money this season, that's for sure. So I don't even know if we're going to have many, if any, scenes between Hanna and her kids, because at this point, this woman is going to be stressed out to the max. I mean, like she told Al, look, the whole dinner thing, can we wait? Because I'm going through a lot right now. Not just, being thrust upon the role of executor, but having to learn everything that there is to know about what goes into the role, but also the fact that she didn't tell him this, but the fact that the person who she was falling for turned out to be the same person who raped her when she was younger. Now she has to deal with that whole thing. Then her and her daughter finally reconcile. But then as quickly as they reconcile, well, not quickly because it took all those years, not quite as long as Will and Janet, but it did take some time. But then she went back to her old ways. So now she's dealing with 2 lost children again. So Hannah's going through a lot. I just hope they don't overdo it when it comes to her character. Like, I get it. Like, oh, we're turning up the heat. Things are going to be crazier than ever. But, I don't know. Based off what we've seen in the trailer, I don't know how much of a Christian Hannah's going to be showing herself to be. It's one thing to be the cursing Christian, but stabbing and hitting people up across the head, I guess you could say Hannah's going to have a Jesus in the temple moment where she's just going to be knocking over tables and whips and everything. So it's going to be wild. But let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. I mean, I'm very interested. Look, I'm most interested. Okay, let me put it this way. I don't think Hannah's going to kill Derek. He'll probably back away. I wonder what David does to get hit up across the side of the face. I want to know. I'm curious to know what David does that, makes Hanna whack him upside the head. But the scene I'm most interested to see play out is Jim sitting on the bed with Hanna. Like, I want to know how that's going to go down, because just based on it, it's one of 2 things. Jim is either humbled or he's being his smooth, debonair, smart ass self. That's what I think. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. If you haven't done so already, like and subscribe like I mentioned before. And shout out to the patrons over on Patreon. You can join in for as little as $1 a month. Or you could just, donate directly by hitting me up on PayPal or Cash App. And we'll go from there. So thanks so much for tuning in, and I will talk to you soon.